What is happening, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone for a long time, but I thought I'd come back with a bang and do a ECC pop unboxing video for you guys. Emerald City Comic Con recently just come through. Not a huge amount of pop options, but there were a few there that I really wanted to pick up, so I made a small little order with my boy Simon over at Hero Stash. If you guys have not seen or had a look at Hero Stash, guys, and you are in Australia, links down below. I'll link it down there for you. Massive range of stuff, guys. If you're wanting anything kind of pop culture, pop vinyl related, go check out Hero Stash and make an order. Kind of support small business, guys. But essentially, we've got the big old box of stuff right here. So funny about this, the last video I actually did on the channel was actually an Emerald City Comic Con reveals video about a year ago. So I haven't actually been posting, guys. The main reasoning for this is because I've just been very busy. I just haven't had a lot of room or kind of a lot of time really to be uploading videos and editing and things like that. I've had a lot of things going on in my life, so I do plan to hopefully come back and start doing more videos for you guys in the coming future. We do plan on moving out of this place, I think in about 4 months time, 3 months time. I'm not 100% sure exactly on the time frame, guys, but when I do move, I'll have a lot more space. I'll have all my stuff out of storage, and so I'll be able to do a lot more videos for you guys. I have a lot of different things that I want to show you collectible wise and things like that, so it's going to be awesome. I'm going to start doing some reviews and things like that, and I'm going to have more space for a setup, just better lighting and better things like that. I really haven't been happy with where we've been living at the moment, so glad that that's definitely going to be changing, guys. So moving forward, I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I definitely will be releasing more content, guys, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe, hit that like button. But without further ado, guys, let's get into my Emerald City Comic Con. Now, for those of you that haven't seen my videos in the past, you may know that I did kind of cut back, oh Jesus Christ, I did kind of cut back on collecting a lot of pops. So I have majorly cut back on a lot of the ones that I was collecting. So I only collect kind of a few different lines here and there, and then a few different ones that I kind of take fancy to, whether they be like my favorite characters or something like that. But definitely moving more away from pops. I'm still collecting a few different lines, but compared to what I was previously, definitely a lot less pop orientated. I've gone more towards the direction of kind of like high-end statues and things like that, or even just like lower-end statues. Just things that are a bit more kind of bulkier, a bit more appealing than pops. The pops kind of lost a bit of their magic for me in the last couple, like probably about 6 months or year or two. So yeah, just something a little bit different, guys. But as per usual, Hero Stash, Simon packs perfectly. You're never going to get any damaged boxes coming with him. And there's a box inside of a box, guys, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back with a smaller box, so presume everything is in here. Simon's always such a legend at packing, manages to fit everything perfectly snug, packs it well so it doesn't get damaged. I mean, you guys know I'm an out-of-box collector, so it doesn't really bother me too much, but it's still nice to know that a lot of thought and care go into the actual packing of these things, which is always nice. So round 2 unboxing. This is probably like 5 minutes of me just unboxing boxes. Okay, too easy. Some more newspaper. Okay, I thought there was another box, but it's just cardboard protection. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with that. Okay. So then, like I said, guys, I don't collect a huge amount of pops at the moment, but there's still quite a few lines that I do actually collect. A lot of the lines that I'm still collecting as well, I kind of collect just because I couldn't really resell them without selling them for really cheap, if you know what I mean. So I didn't really want to cut my losses on some of them because I'd spent a lot of time and a lot of money chasing them down. So to me, it wasn't really worth selling at kind of the value that some of my collections were selling at. So some of them I've kept for that reason. The main ones that I kept for just pure love of collecting reasons, my 2 big lines are Dragon Ball and Overwatch. They're the two lines that I really have a lot of pops, and then there's just scattered lines all over the place. A lot of different animes. I got really into My Hero Academia, so I've been getting all of those pops as well. But without further ado, guys, we'll get into these ones, and we'll start with this one, which I was very excited for. I'm very surprised that they've never done this before, and this is a General Ram from Gears of War. So if you guys are Gears of War's fans, you know that General Ram is a such a boss character. So the first boss that you face in the first game, or the last boss, technically I think he's the only boss. But I was always very surprised with all the Gears of War characters they came out with over the years that they never did a General Ram. So excited to be getting him, and I see that they are actually releasing some further Gears of War pops as well. I think they're releasing the Queen and a few others that I need to get ordered. But here he is in all his glory, guys. Wow, like the detail on this thing. I'm glad that they waited so long to release him, in all honesty, because I think if they had have released him when all the other Gears of War pops did release, he wouldn't have been as menacing and as badass as he looks. But that is a great looking pop. He's really hefty, got a lot of weight onto him, which he should be. He should probably nearly be a 6-inch pop, in all honesty, because the guy is huge in the game. He is an absolute monster and towers over all the other locusts. But really cool design pop. I mean, I'm just loving what Funko are doing with these the detail on these days. But I'm so glad to be able to add that to the Gears of War collection, because it's just getting kind of fuller and fuller. I'm turning into a mad Gears of War collector. I've got so much Gears of War stuff. It's not even funny. I love the series. Cannot complain that I have so much stuff. But onwards and upwards. Too much Gears of War talk, guys. The next one that I got, now this is one that I honestly, I love this set, but I did try to sell it because I was having issues with collecting all of it. There's some pops out there that have eluded me, and we'll go into that in a tiny bit. But I did try to sell this set, and I just couldn't get the money that I'd sunk into it even half back. A lot of people kind of trying to lowball me on it, so I just decided, you know what, I'll just keep it. It's not a set that I really wanted to sell for like under cost or anything like that. So to add to this set, we got Void from The Incredibles 2. Now, I really enjoyed The Incredibles 2. I'm a massive Incredibles fan. I am a massive Disney fan, and I do try to kind of make sure I don't collect too much Disney. I'd love to collect all the Disney lines, but there's just too many of them. But The Incredibles, when The Incredibles 2 came out, I always regretted not getting the original Incredibles set. Just the Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, Edna, and I think it was Syndrome of the original 4. Really regretted never getting those. Now they're all vaulted, very hard to find. So when the second set came out, I made sure I definitely jumped on it. And Void was definitely a no-brainer to add to this set. And wow. Wow! Okay, I'm really impressed. Again, not a huge character in the second movie. I guess, she was a mainish character. Mainish kind of villain. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Incredibles 2. Not really a villain, but you know. But I'm just loving what they're doing with this, like, her, like, warp, I don't know what you call it, like, portal kind of effect that she's got around her. Really cool. My only problem with it is, now that I'm actually looking at it, having to display her out of box, because I am an out of box collector, it's going to take up a lot of shelf room for such a small little pop. Only criticism, but this pop looks amazing. I'm so glad that they're kind of expanding on that line. I would hope that we get more from Incredibles 2 as well, because there were a heap of those new like superheroes that were really cool, and things like that. But awesome, an unexpected one, in all honesty, for Emerald City Comic Con. I didn't expect them to release any of those extra heroes, so you never wonder if they're going to do that. Now the second to last one that we'll go with, guys, is one that in all honesty didn't really bother me too much. And I know I've said it in the past, guys, I'm not a huge variant fan. However, these ones always get me somehow. And this is the Emerald City Comic Con green, I don't know what you call it, green phasing Sombra. Really, again, like, it's annoying. I don't want to collect all of these different colorways, and I know with Overwatch they're going to go insane with them because they're already doing it, and it's such a good marketing and money making area for Funko. But I promised myself I wouldn't get on the bandwagon, and I am. I'm buying too many of them. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of them. If I don't like the design or anything like that, I don't just go out and buy. There's a lot of the earlier Blizzard exclusive ones. For example, there's like a gold, I think, Reaper and Soldier 76. Didn't appeal to me at all. I'm not going to go get that and spend money on that, but you know, things like this I'm going to get just because she looks badass. Like, and I love, this is kind of a throwback to all you old school Funko collectors, what Emerald City Comic Con used to be about, which was just everything green. So back in the day, the variants used to always be something to do with like a green theme. Which was really cool. Obviously, Emerald City Comic Con being the smaller of the three cons that Funko do, and just because the only reason they do it is because it is their like hometown convention in Seattle. So I think yeah, Seattle. I don't know. I'm horrible with American cities and things, but yeah, I'm rambling. That was a really good thing that they used to do, and something that I thought was really cool that they only released kind of greenish variants or something to do with, like, you know, a green, I don't know, kind of theme around it, I guess you call it. So it's nice to see that kind of little throwback and it's still there. I mean, these days they just do kind of anything. But cool to have, again, another little Overwatch pop. I've now got, I think there's 3 Sombras, so I've got all 3 of them, so I need to slow down on Overwatch pops, that's for sure. And the last one, but certainly not least, my absolute pick of the convention this year. Any Dragon Ball fan is going to want to have this. We got the 6-inch Porunga. So I grew up playing Dragon Ball, watching Dragon Ball, massive fan. It's probably my favorite series when I was growing up. Still one of my favorite series now. And I was actually always a bigger fan of Porunga. So for those of you that don't know your Dragon Ball lore or anything like that, Porunga is the dragon for the Namekian Dragon Ball. So when they go to Namek and they find the Dragon Balls there, Porunga is the dragon for that, whereas Shenron is Earth's dragon. Now, I always loved Porunga growing up because I just thought he looked more badass than Shenron. So I'm so glad that Funko managed to do this, and they actually brought out a Porunga as well as a Shenron, so I can kind of put these guys beside each other. I mean, the detail on this thing is amazing. I like that he's got his little fingers, like, it's a-okay, bro. But yeah, I mean, it looks amazing. I'm so glad that they're doing more and more Dragon Ball pops. A lot of people complain about it. I'm ecstatic. It's the one line that I really kept collecting, and the reason that I did is because there's so many different characters, there's so many different variants, and like I said, you guys know I don't like variants, but for me they're not just variants, they're almost different characters from, you know, the different arcs and things like that. It's a completely different character at that point. So I'm so glad they're doing more and more with Dragon Ball. When I do move, guys, I'll probably do like a new collection video. I haven't done a collection video in a while. When I get everything set up, and you'll be able to see kind of how many Dragon Ball pops I have. I have pretty much every single one at the moment. There's a few that have eluded me, the more expensive ones, that again, I'm just not going to fork out for because they're like $300 for like a paint difference. I'm not that fickle. However, I did manage to get my hands on quite a few quite rare ones. Just by being smart with trades and things like that. So I'm glad to be adding Porunga to the collection. So could not be more happy than the fact that they did that. And again, keep it on theme with that green with Emerald City Comic Con. Absolutely love it. And that is my Emerald City Comic Con haul, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. What was your favorite Emerald City Comic Con pop this year? Did I unbox your favorite? Was there a favorite that wasn't in my unboxing that you liked? The other one that I really did like, and I just didn't get it because I was like, I don't really need it, was the Office Space 2-pack with Michael Bolton, I forget the other guy's name, where they're like bashing apart that the photocopier that keeps jamming the paper and everything. I thought that was brilliant. I love that Funko are kind of in touch with little movie moments and things like that. So that was a really cool pop that I don't wish I could have gotten, because I could have gotten it if I wanted to, but I just chose not to because I really didn't need it. But let me know down in the comments, guys, below what was your favorite Emerald City Comic Con, and let me know also if you could design one pop for a Comic Con, what would it be and why? But that's it from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I do apologize for the absolute lack of content in the last probably year or so. Like I said, I've just been kind of busy, kind of doing different things, but I do promise that I will be arcing it back up. You'll be seeing more regular videos from me moving forward, and I hope to kind of just grow this community more and more and more, and see where we can go with it and just have some fun. As always, guys, wherever you are in the world, I thank you very much for watching.